Want to become a pro in Call of Duty? Let's explore the steps towards achieving that goal. The path to professionalism is a journey, one paved with dedication, practice, and a keen understanding of the game's mechanics. It's not simply about being good at the game, it's about mastering it, understanding its every nook and cranny, its strategies, its strengths, and its weaknesses. Becoming a pro in Call of Duty demands time and commitment. It's about immersing yourself in the game, spending hours honing your skills, refining your strategies, and understanding the subtleties that separate the average players from the pros. It's about pushing beyond your limits, learning from your mistakes, and continuously striving for improvement. Remember, every pro player started where you are now. They faced the same challenges, the same learning curve. But they persevered, and so can you. Ready to embark on this journey? Let's dive into the specifics. The first step to becoming a pro is understanding the game inside out. The game of Call of Duty isn't just about having quick reflexes or sharp shooting skills. It's about understanding the mechanics of the game, knowing every nook and cranny of the maps, and mastering the use of all the weapons at your disposal. You see, every game has its own unique set of rules and mechanics, and Call of Duty is no exception. It's a fast-paced, action-packed game that requires strategy, quick thinking, and a deep understanding of how everything works. You need to know how to move, how to aim, how to use your equipment, and how to work with your team. The maps are another crucial aspect of the game. Each map is a complex, multi-layered environment with its own unique layout and set of challenges. You need to know where the best hiding spots are, where the most dangerous choke points are, and where you can find the best vantage points. The weapons in Call of Duty are not just tools of destruction, they are extensions of your character. Each weapon has its own strengths and weaknesses, and knowing how to use each one effectively can give you a significant edge in battle. You need to understand the range, accuracy, damage, and fire rate of each weapon, and know when to use each one depending on the situation. Finally, you need to understand the different game modes and the strategies that work best for each. Whether you're playing Team Deathmatch, Domination, or Search and Destroy, each mode requires a different approach and a different set of tactics. You need to know how to adapt to each mode, how to work with your team, and how to outsmart your opponents. Knowing your game is the first battle won, but there's more to it. We'll dive into the other aspects in the following scenes. In Call of Duty, like in any other field, practice is key. It's the cornerstone of skill development and improvement. You wouldn't expect to pick up a guitar for the first time and immediately play a complex symphony, right? The same applies to Call of Duty. You can't just dive in and expect to be a pro. Regular practice is crucial. It's not just about playing the game over and over again, but practicing with purpose. This means identifying areas you need to work on and setting specific goals for each session. Are you struggling with your aim? Dedicate a practice session to improving that. Having trouble navigating the map? Spend some time learning the ins and outs. Setting a practice schedule is an excellent way to ensure consistent progress. It doesn't have to be grueling or time-consuming. Even an hour a day can make a significant difference. The key is consistency. Make it a part of your daily routine, just like eating breakfast or brushing your teeth. Sticking to your practice schedule can be challenging, especially when life gets busy. That's why it's essential to have some flexibility. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on track the next day. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Use your practice sessions to focus on specific skills. This will help you avoid feeling overwhelmed and ensure you're making tangible progress. For example, you could spend one session working on your aim, another on movement, and another on strategy. This way, you're constantly challenging yourself and avoiding stagnation. The beauty of practice is that it's a continual process. You're always learning, always improving. Every time you play, you're gaining experience and honing your skills. Even when you think you've mastered a skill, there's always room for improvement. There's always a new strategy to learn, a new technique to try. With a solid practice schedule, you're well on your way. But what's next? To become the best, you need to learn from the best. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a time-tested truth. In the world of Call of Duty, the best players aren't just good at the game. They're masters of strategy, technique, and mental agility. Studying these players can provide you with a wealth of knowledge that you can then apply to your own gameplay. Now you might be asking, how do I study these professionals? It's not as complicated as it sounds. First, you need to find them. Look for the top-ranked players in the game, the ones who consistently perform well in tournaments, or those who have a significant following on gaming platforms. These are the players who have honed their skills to a razor's edge and have much to teach us. Once you've found these players, the next step is to analyze their gameplay. Watch their matches, not as a fan, but as a student. Look at their strategies. How do they move? How do they aim? How do they communicate with their team? Each of these aspects is a piece of the puzzle that makes up a top-tier player. But just watching isn't enough. You need to understand why they do what they do. Why do they choose certain weapons over others? Why do they take specific routes on the map? Why do they engage or disengage from a fight? This level of analysis takes time and patience, but it's invaluable in understanding the mindset of a professional player. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you need to implement what you learn into your own gameplay. This isn't about copying their playstyle, but rather adapting their strategies and techniques to your own game. Remember, what works for one player may not work for another. Use your analysis as a guide, not a rulebook. Learning from the pros can give you a significant edge, but there's one more step. Stay tuned as we delve into the final step of becoming a Call of Duty pro. The Call of Duty community is a goldmine of knowledge and experience. Just as you wouldn't set out on a quest for gold without a map, you shouldn't dive into the Call of Duty universe without a compass to guide you. That compass is the community of players who have walked the path before you. Picture this. You're not just a lone soldier on a battlefield. You're part of a thriving global community of gamers, all united by the thrill of the chase, the joy of victory, and the shared lessons of defeat. Every player, whether they're a seasoned veteran or a raw recruit, brings something unique to the table. And you, yes you, have something to offer as well. Engaging with other players isn't just about camaraderie, although that's a big part of it. It's about sharing experiences, strategies, and insights. It's about learning from each other and growing together as players. It's about finding mentors and becoming one yourself. So how do you become a pro in Call of Duty? Well, we've unraveled that mystery today. It all starts with understanding the game. Dive deep into the mechanics, the map layouts, the weapons, and the tactics. Knowledge is power after all. Then it's all about practice. You know what they say? Practice makes perfect. Regularly playing the game not only hones your skills, but also familiarizes you with the nuances of the game, making you a formidable player. Next, don't shy away from learning from the best. Professional players have a wealth of experience and strategies that can be invaluable. Watch their games, learn their tactics, and incorporate them into your own gameplay. And of course, becoming part of the community is essential. Engage with other players, share experiences, learn from them, and grow together. With dedication, persistence, and the right approach, you too can become a pro in Call of Duty. Until next time, keep practicing and remember, every pro was once a beginner.